I didn't grow up with the N64. I was a PlayStation boy. Now, I did sometimes borrow an N64, and in high school I had an N64 for like a month before I sold it to help pay some bills. So I never actually got to enjoy the N64 or see what was on it. And though I played with friends, I never had the experience of owning one myself. Well, things change. I'm older now, and it's time to dive into the N64 and see what I missed. I already found my favorite games on the NES, the SNES, and the Genesis. If you missed those, I'll leave a playlist in the description. But yeah, now it's time to find my favorite N64 games. But first, let's lay down some rules. So first off, I chose games based on what's popular, what was recommended to me, and what I'm interested in here. If you don't see a game here, it could be in an upcoming Sega Saturn, PS1, or Dreamcast video I'll be doing. Second off, I'll be spending 20 minutes with each game minimum. If I want to play a game longer, I can, but the minimum is 20 minutes. Rule number 3, only one game per franchise. Spin-off games count as their own thing. Rule number 4, this is based off what I like, not what's best for everyone or what's most popular or what's sold best. So if Mario 64 or Ocarina of Time aren't the number one, don't fucking freak out, man. There's a bunch of lists that already have them as that. I feel like I'm missing some rules, but whatever, let's just fucking start playing some games. And I'm gonna start off by making everyone hate me because I didn't enjoy Banjo-Kazooie. I know it's well loved and everything, and look, it isn't a bad game by any means. It controls well, but the noises they made and the stories and the characters, it was just not for me. Banjo-Kazooie is a collectathon where you play as the bear Banjo and the bird on his back, Kazooie. Even though I wasn't feeling the game, I did enjoy a character named Bubbles. I accidentally skipped a tutorial, and he's a bitch about it if you try to ask him stuff. He even threatened to erase my memory back. Banjo-Tooie I gave more than 20 minutes, but this was mainly because the opening cutscene was 12 minutes long, so I was like, no, I need to give it more time so I can actually play it. It's still not my thing. I was just not interested in this. It seems very close to the first, so if you love the first, I assume you'll like the second too. I also enjoyed this dude. He's my spirit animal. Okay, so next is Body Harvest, a game by Rockstar before GTA 3, and before they were even called Rockstar. The game has features that would be in GTA 3, such as an open world, and citizens, and the ability to drive any vehicle. You play as a super soldier and you kill giant bugs. Some places you can actually go inside, which is pretty cool. Now the cars handle like absolute garbage, and the citizens are not very bright AIs. This game was ambitious as hell. It's for sure outdated now. I wouldn't call it bad, but I wouldn't call it good either, but it's ambitious as fuck. Castlevania 64. I know this game isn't well liked, but I'm coming at you with another weird opinion. I kinda like this one. I like how it looks, I like the anime style. I'd understand why Castlevania fans wouldn't like it, because to be honest, it feels like a totally different series in terms of gameplay. And the combat is kinda awkward, and I can say I don't love the control layout. But this moment was super cool. I guess the best way I can describe it is I really like the vibe and visuals of the game, but the actual gameplay I'm not that big of a fan of. Castlevania Legacy of Darkness. This game looks cool as fuck and also dumb as fuck at the same time. And I love it so much. It's perfect. This one plays like the other one, and I assume they have the same engine. I found the presentation of this one to be better and slightly more polished, but I do like them both. Both games were fine, but the controls and camera were bad enough I didn't want to keep going after my 20 minutes. Conker's Bad Fur Day is a crude platformer made by Rare. Its humor is rarely funny to me, but I did find myself entertained, and the game can be clever sometimes. And being a Rare game, you know it handles really well. It just isn't quite my thing. But you know what Conker and Banjo-Kazooie have in common? Other than they were both made by Rare, and I didn't enjoy both of them despite the praise they got. They both originated in Diddy Kong Racing, which I found myself really enjoying and playing well past 20 minutes. This game handles really well, it drifts well, you drive with carts, boats, planes, you unlock new levels based on balloons, which you get from winning races or from exploring the hub world, which has lots of secrets, and it's basically a collectathon hub world. Also, I raced a fucking Triceratops. My negatives is that the items felt like a bit plain. This isn't really as good as, let's say, Mario Kart, but it's still a lot of fun and worth a play. DK64 has a god-awful Donkey Kong rap. I recommend you look it up. It's so dumb. Donkey Kong 64 is a collectathon, and it seems to be okay from what I played. I wasn't in love with it, but I didn't hate it, and it handled well. This one's also made by Rare, and you can kind of tell. Like, I feel like their games in this era are having a signature platforming style. Doom 64 I always thought was just a port of Doom for the N64, but no, it's its own game. My biggest complaint is it's one of the darkest games I've ever played in terms of I can't fucking see anything. I turned the brightness to full and I can still barely tell the difference. Imagine playing this during the day with sunlight pouring in. No way can you see what's going on. That's my only complaint though, as it plays just like a Doom game, which I love, and on top of that, this one leaves the rock soundtrack for a more horror vibe, and honestly I like that better. Sure, it's not as catchy, but it does make the game more tense. I really enjoyed this game, and even though it's dated compared to first-person shooters now, its auto-aim is so much better than some other shooters in this era that it still feels fun to play. Dr. Mario 64 takes the puzzles of Dr. Mario from the NES and moves it to the N64. Never been a puzzle guy, but Dr. Mario has been one of my favorite puzzle games, and I'd say this one's just as good as the NES one. It's basically the same, but with a different presentation. F-Zero X. Holy shit, this game is fast. I love its style, I love the gameplay. I'm not even into racing games, and I found myself glued to the fucking screen with this one. It's super fast, you can boost and take damage, and I love the atmosphere. I'm not sure what I'd call this world. Cyberpunk, vaporwavy, I don't know, but it's really cool. The music is amazing. Plus, listen to this. 3, 2, 1. The races are intense. I sucked at them, but I didn't care. The game made me want to get better and keep playing. It also gives you a rival, which is super cool, because then I had even more reason to win. So what are the negatives? Honestly, I don't have any complaints. Anything bad was the fault of my own from the amount of time I played. Gex Enter the Gecko. This was another platformer with a lot of TV tropes and outdated references. It's okay, but I don't think I'd call myself a Gex fan. Glover. This one you play as a glove and you can use balls to do things. Interesting concept. It was executed okay. The controls are a little weird, but I like the atmospheres it gave me, but I don't think the gameplay is my kind of thing. Time to make you hate me and leave my video. GoldenEye is hella overrated. I get it, nostalgic memories, but the game, it's not good. First off, actually aiming is one of the worst things I've ever done in a game. This auto-aim is fine, but I didn't realize I should focus on that. Because I kept trying to manual aim, and watch as it went everywhere I didn't want it to go. And no, this isn't a me, I can't aim thing. This is for sure the game. The character models look a bit silly, but I don't actually mind that. And I will say the music is good and catchy. And it looks good for the time. Plus I know it has multiplayer, so that's cool. But it does not deserve the amount of praise I have heard about this game. And yes, the enemies have little special death animations, but they look downright silly sometimes. Look at this fucking drama queen. Hexen is a Doom clone, but set in a fantasy world, so you use clubs and staffs and spells and such. I found myself really enjoying it. If you like Doom and you like fantasy, you'll probably like Hexen. Some textures stood out a bit much as being different is my biggest complaint. But yeah, I was having a lot of fun with the game. I'd still take Doom over it any day, but it's a cool ass novelty. Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards, is amazing. Yeah, it's 2.5D instead of full 3D, but I don't care. They kept the charm of the old Kirby games while adding a new mechanic where you can eat, which gives you different abilities, and then make combinations of those abilities for more abilities. It's fucking crazy and I loved it. The amount you can do with Kirby is astonishing. The gameplay is polished and I'm blown away. More people haven't told me about this one. Like, this Kirby kicks ass. It might be my favorite Kirby game I've played so far. Now that that's out of the way, back to the regularly scheduled program of making you hate me. I didn't fall in love with Ocarina of Time. Do I think it's a bad game? Not at all. I assume it kicked ass for the time, and it honestly still holds up. But constantly I've heard this is the greatest game of all time, and I was not feeling that. It was fine. It was good. I played a whole hour instead of 20 minutes. And never once was I like, oh, this game's bad. But also never once was I like, oh, this is the best game ever. No, not even close. And now for another controversial opinion. I played Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask and liked that one infinitely better. I was literally hooked from the beginning. Like, it opens with this creepy dude. He fucking turns you into a sad-looking deco man. This game is exciting and nightmarish and even trippy. It throws me right into the action while teaching me. Ocarina spent a while with a tutorial before I could really do things. But this game teaches me while the story's happening, and I like that a lot more. Also, tons of the people are creepy. I hate this guy. This game involves a lot of memorization and time loops. Sort of like Groundhog's Day with Bill Murray, but it's 3 days instead of 1. So you have to rewind time, because this moon in the sky is slowly moving down to fucking kill you. I highly appreciate the creepy vibes of Majora's Mask. See this Sonic Chow looking 2D fella in my 3D world? Fucking take him to this pond and this terrifying woman appears. The game literally feels like you are inside of a dream, and I love it. You can talk to everyone in town as well, which is also cool. Some things are time sensitive though, so when you can do them is you gotta like memorize and repeat the days over and over again, you know? Of course, this game has a lot of stuff I don't like in it. Like, it's nowhere near a perfect game, and the time limit stresses me out. Never liked time limits. And sometimes I didn't know what the fuck it wanted me to do. But I spent like 4 to 5 hours playing this instead of 20 minutes. And then decided to watch a video of it while I sleep so I could see everything the game had to offer. I actually watched a lot of videos on it, actually. Like, I kind of became obsessed with this game for a little bit. I wouldn't say I'm a big Zelda guy. But this game may have changed that, because I loved it a lot, and I hope it doesn't get remastered. I know that sounds like a weird thing to say, but I hope it doesn't, because the blocky old graphics honestly add a lot to the atmosphere of the game. Lego Racers. It's okay. I had this growing up. The main menu theme is cool. You can build a player and a car. Kinda. It's not very good though. But the actual racing, it's not good, and it has a crazy difficulty level. Power-ups are interesting though. Red is ranged attacks, blue is shield, yellow slippery stuff. and green is speed. But what's interesting about it though is that white upgrades it. The more white you get, the more powerful your item becomes, up to 4 times. So that's a cool feature. Also, track shortcuts are cool. But the racing isn't good, and even though the power-up thing is cool, I'd rather have it on a better kart racer. Mario Golf. I don't know what you want me to say about this exactly. It's golf with Mario. It was honestly just getting my ass kicked in golf by Luigi Simulator. Mario Kart 64. A huge improvement from the one on the SNES. I love how it looks, I love how it plays, and I had friends with the N64, so I played this one all the time with them. Both racing and battle mode, love them both. For sure, the best kart racer on the N64, and one of my favorite kart racers in general. Now, I know I've played this one with others who didn't like it because it's not as chaotic as, let's say, the Wii one, which I guess is more of a preference thing because the Wii one is too chaotic for me. But you can't go wrong with this game. It's a great party game and it goes up to 4 players. And speaking of 4-player Mario games, Mario Party. It feels weird to play Mario Party alone though, so I had others play the Mario Party games with me. Mario Party is a large board game with Mario characters, the goal being to get the most stars at the end. There are items and coins to buy the items, and there are events, etc. But the main thing is that it's a collection of 4-player mini-games for you to play for coins so that you can afford the items and stars. The first Mario Party is good, but it lacks a practice mode, which you can practice the mini-games before fully doing them, that way you know what you're doing. I'll say the mini-games are easy to figure out, but the practice mode is still a must-have. The games in the first one were not as much fun as the others though, so I don't go back to it as much. Mario Party 2, I enjoyed the maps a lot, and Mario Party 3, I enjoyed the mini-games a little more. The group was divided on which was better between 2 or 3, but nobody chose the first one. Either way, you can't go wrong with Mario Party, and I'm gonna go ahead and say I think I like Mario Party 3 best, but they're all really good. Also, Bowser does this thing where in this event you give him 20 coins. I don't know why, but I love that that's an event. Also, if you land on something really good, he'll panic, run away, and he won't actually give you that. Mega Man 64. You know me and Mega Man, I hate his games, but something weird happened this time. I didn't hate it. Not only did I not hate it, but I liked it. A lot. I found it really charming. I liked how it looked. The cutscenes have a bad lip sync, but I don't even dislike that. It's charming to me. It kind of reminds me of Sonic Adventure. Anyway, I enjoyed what I played of it.
I'm sorry, Mega Man. I had some engine problems, and... It's okay, Ro. But I'm glad you showed up when you did.
Mickey's Speedway is one I was excited for, because I enjoyed Walt Disney World Quest Magical Racing Tour. So I was like, oh, it'll be like that game, but with actually main Disney characters. But no, it's a really piss-poor kart racer. It's super boring. I think it was made for really little kids. I'm not positive on that, but it feels like it. And the racers will not shut the fuck up ever. They talk the whole time. Plus, none of the courses are interesting, and other than it looks good, I have nothing else positive to say about it. And I'll discuss it more in a video later when I talk about Walt Disney World Quest Magical Racing Tour. Miss Pac-Man Maze Madness feels like a perfect way to bring Pac-Man into 3D. It makes more sense than how they did it with Pac-World. Well, this one's a very casual, power pellet eating, puzzle solving maze game. And yeah, ghosts are there, but they're far less aggressive, and like the game's kind of relaxing. I played it for like almost an hour and didn't even realize. I was just like relaxed and zoned out. It kind of kicks ass. and the music can get stuck in your head. NFL Blitz is the football equivalent of NBA Jam. It's very arcade-like, and it's all about scoring and being crazy. The tackles are crazy, you can crush people even after the play. Literally, the first time I ever played this was on an arcade cabinet, which tells you how arcadey this is. I'm not a sports guy at all, but if you want to play a football game with me, this would probably be the one I'd prefer over any Madden, any day. Also, cheerleaders are weird here. They have like an uncanny valley vibe to me or something. I remember staring at them a lot as a kid, not because I was like, oh wow, a woman, but more because like I imagined she was a fake human, like a cyborg pretending to be a woman. I don't know, they just look weird to me. Paper Mario. It's a Mario RPG, and I keep getting surprised these exist. This one's good as hell. I thought I wouldn't like it because of the art style, but nah, the paper grew on me, and it's not like a lazy art choice. It being paper is literally part of the game. Like, watch me go to sleep. I'm fucking paper. Paper Mario's story can be boiled down to, you gotta defeat Bowser to save Peach. So yeah, it's the usual, but this time there's more world building. There's time to get to know characters, and you do get characters in your party, each with personalities and abilities. There's a star named Twink. His name is Twink. That will never not be funny to me. The combat plays like many other RPGs, but there is a timing to it that can cause more damage. It has a ton of charm and personality. I liked it more than Super Mario RPG, and I really missed out by not playing Paper Mario till now. I literally played that shit till Dry Desert, because I wasn't ready to put down the game and go to the next game yet. I'll probably go back and finish that game up, too. Perfect Dark. A cyberpunk first-person shooter. It has a crosshair and blood, and it handles like a better version of GoldenEye. In fact, why is this game not more highly praised and GoldenEye less praised? Like, I was really enjoying this one. Plus, my god, there is dual wielding in it. My brain said Halo 2 made dual wielding, but nope. This game all the way back then had it. If GoldenEye played as polished as this, I would have never complained as much. Perfect Dark might be the best first-person shooter on the N64. Pokemon Snap. You ride a train and take photos of Pokemon to sell to a professor, and he grades you on them. That's about all there is to this game. It wasn't for me, but if you're big into Pokemon, this could be fun for you. Quake. It's sort of like a Doom clone, but I'd say it's more polished. Also, the level design is so much better. I was like, damn, who made these levels? And it turns out it was American McGee himself. I love that man. The controls felt bad, but luckily I was able to make them feel better by changing sensitivity and such. Quake has a creepy castle and movie monster type feel. Like, this dude has a chainsaw hand. I mean, that's pretty cool. The blood effects are better too, and I really like the enemy types. I might even like this more than the OG Doom, I'm not sure though. I know it's the same people making it, but they for sure, like, got better. I do like Doom's atmosphere better, but this can be really good too. Quake 2 looks better, but I feel like it handled much worse, and I was honestly kind of bored of it. It wasn't the same kind of horrific atmosphere Quake 1 had. It wasn't bad, but I felt like it was a different game. We were in outer space in this one. It was just kind of eh. Rampage World Tour is similar to the old Rampage game, so if you like those, it's basically that. You're a monster destroying stuff, but now it has like better graphics and a story mode. And motion cutscenes, which is a big deal on the N64. Rampage 2 Universal Tour says, those full motion cutscenes, fuck them. We'll do away with them. We'll replace them with these California raisin looking still image motherfuckers. Anyway, this game is like more of the same, but somehow it's uglier to me. I'm not into the Rampage games. but I can for sure see the appeal of being a giant monster and destroying shit. Shadowgate 64. It's sort of like those choose your own adventure books where there's tons of endings where you're just dead. It's like that. You read a bunch of dialogue and you solve some puzzles and then you die. Rinse and repeat till you beat the game and figure out the correct path. Star Fox 64. Never been a flying guy, and I miss the music from the other Star Fox. And look at how these dudes talk. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, this game is for sure not my kind of game. I honestly kind of preferred the old one, but like this isn't a bad game. I assume if you like flying games, this is one you'll probably like. So let's segue into another flying game, Star Wars Rogue Squadron. This is a Star Wars flying game all about being part of Rogue Squadron and fighting the Empire. Again, not into flying, but it handles well and it plays fine. My biggest gripe is that the AI is stupid. Your teammates can be unhelpful and just downright broke. Star Wars Battle for Naboo. It's like Rogue Squadron, but set only during Episode 1. And so they have very limited flying ships, so they also do ground ships. And yeah, I liked killing droids, but this feels like kind of a weird game to make. Also, look at these civilians. One praise I have is that you get a Naboo starfighter. And it's this super pretty blue, and I love everything about this ship. Star Wars Episode 1 Racer is a super fun, fast racing game. It takes the thrill of the pod race from the movie and puts it into game form. It's almost like a Star Wars F-Zero. Anyway, I like it. I have a video on it you can watch. Very good game. Star Wars Shadow of the Empire is a third-person shooting game that is also sometimes a flying game. You play as Dash Rendar, and you aid the rebels in a fight against the Empire. It's good, but not as good as everyone acts like it is. I also have a whole ass video on this one too. Super Mario 64. It handles weird and is kinda slippery, so I remember not liking it. But this time I gave it more of a try, and I got used to it, and I found myself really enjoying it. It's a collectathon. I played about a third of the game because I wasn't ready to put it down. I think I got like 25 stars or some shit. The game itself is okay, but all the secrets and all the stories, real and fake, people have on this game, I could listen to all night. And I literally did. I watched like a few of those Mario 64 icebergs. I expected this game to be a run from beginning to end, like those old Marios, but it wasn't. And at first I didn't like that. But I got so used to the levels and the worlds, and collectathons are really good at making you familiar with a small map and just filling it with so many cool things that make you appreciate the level design a lot more. I don't know if this game deserves the crazy hype that it gets, but I can at least say this game isn't bad, and my younger self was wrong about it. I enjoyed this game. Super Smash Bros. This is the original one. It's a fighting game where the Nintendo characters go against each other. It's not quite my kind of fighting game. I'm more of like a Tekken Soul Calibur type, but like this is still super fun. I just suck at it. But I love to play it with friends, and this is the one that started it all. And even though I lose, like a lot, Smash games just get better with every generation, and this was the OG. Here's an epilepsy warning. Turok Dinosaur Hunter had these backwards ass controls, and when you grab items, it makes my head hurt. I literally had to stop this one before the 20-minute mark because it was bugging out my eyes. They did not like this game. WCW Cross NCW No Revenge is an old-ass wrestling game where you can play as a ninja. For some reason, my capture footage is buggy, though. It was not that way in the gameplay. Don't worry about that. The gameplay is fine. I don't honestly know how it works. Like, I didn't understand what I was doing, but I was still having fun, I guess. Anyway, let's go pick a top 10 now. So I have a folder here for the ones that it won't be. We're gonna go no, 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 maybe, no, maybe, no, maybe, no, 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 maybe, maybe, maybe. Let's see, we got 2 Legend of Zelda, so I'm getting rid of Ocarina of Time. No, no. We have 3 Mario parties. I'm gonna keep the 3rd one. Boop. Look at these covers, by the way, before we continue. This is Mario Party 3 and this is Mario Party, but look at that 3. Look at where it is. Like, that's super obnoxious. They could both be Mario Party 3. Boop. Oh, I might actually keep Mega Man. We'll see. Boop. 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 Look at this. This is quite the lineup I have here. Ooh, gonna keep Racer. Okay, let's move Rogue Squadron. I'm gonna keep Smash there. Boop. Boop. Okay, so what do we have here? 18 items. Okay, so we actually have 17 because the folder counts as 1. So I need to get rid of 7? Jeez. Okay, let's get rid of... We'll get rid of Hexen. We'll get rid of Mega Man 64. I did like that one, but I don't think it's making it. I think I'm gonna get rid of the Ridge Smash Bros. I know. I'm sorry. Jeez. Am I gonna get rid of Kirby? What do I have now? 14 items? I need to get rid of 4. Damn, this is actually hard. Okay. Should I get rid of Shadows of the Empire? Or let's get rid of Miss Pac-Man. We'll get rid of Miss Pac-Man. We'll get rid of Doom 64. Oh, do I want to keep Doom or Quake? I'll get rid of Doom 64. Okay. That gives me 12 items. I need to get rid of 2. Dang, the Kirby game is good, but is it in the same quality as the rest? I'm gonna say goodbye, Kirby. I'm sorry. Okay. Now I just need to get rid of 1. Damn, this is really fucking hard, dude. Let's get rid of one of the Star Wars ones. Do I like Shadows of the Empire better or Racer? Weirdly, even though I'm way more of a shooter guy than a racing guy, I think I like Racer better. Alright, so here we go. Boop. That should be 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, okay. Let me go ahead and organize them and I'll be right back. At number 10, Diddy Kong Racing. At number 9, Quake. At number 8, Super Mario 64. At number 7, Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. At number 6, Perfect Dark. At number 5, F-Zero X. At number 4, Mario Party 3. At number 3, Mario 64. And you know what's crazy? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 racing games on here, despite me going, I'm not into racing games. I guess the N64 just has good racing games. At number 2, we have Paper Mario. I actually liked Paper Mario more than Super Mario N64. I'm sure you could disagree with me. They're both real good. And my number 1 game for the N64, Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. That game's just fucking really cool, man. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll be doing a PlayStation 1. Can you subscribe? Can you like? Hit that bell. And feel free to give me recommendations of PlayStation games I should try. Thank you. Bye.